What a fun game for the Chicago Bulls as they get a overtime victory over the Golden State Warriors with Buzelis scoring 40-plus points. We're going to talk about it, break it all down and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content today. And listen, I'm going to tell y'all, I know that the tanking fans are going to be whining and complaining and bitching and whining and moaning about this win, but I don't give a shit about none of that in this case. We just saw our boy in his second year, Buzelis, go 16 of 28 from the field for 41 points, going 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 5 of 15 from the three-point line. Bad there. It is what it is. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Buzelis, listen, I tell y'all, I've seen so much Buzelis hate over the last couple of days, and overall, I'll say this. People who still think that Buzelis' ceiling is terrible, watch games like this. And I don't want to hear nothing about it being against the Golden State Warriors. Y'all been hyping Cooper Flagg's big performances and losing games all fucking season long. Buzelis just put up a 40 ball, a 40 piece in an NBA game. Put some respect on Buzelis' name. Don't come with that hating ass energy today. Don't come with that bullshit today. We not doing that. I get it. The tank is going to be back on tomorrow, but fuck that tank tonight. Put some fucking respect on Buzelis' name, because I guarantee you, if fucking Cooper Flagg was doing this shit, if anybody else was doing this shit, motherfuckers would be like, oh my God, it was a 40 ball. He put up 40. 40. I don't give a shit what game it is. I don't give a damn who the opponent was. That's special. Y'all not about to sit here and keep shitting on Buzelis. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. Everybody who wanted to doubt Modest's ceiling, this is what Modest is capable of. Now, he needs to work so he can put up performances like this more often. You know what I love about seeing in this game? Nobody was close to taking the number. See, got excited and almost lost. Oh, please. God struck me down on that one. All right. Man, I lost my voice getting excited. People have been so busy trying to hate on this Bulls team. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of everybody. Anytime something goes on nearly positive with this team, we are so caught up in PTSD and other bullshit. Put some fucking respect on Buzelis' name. 40-point games are not common at all. And it doesn't matter how you did it. It doesn't matter what you did it. That's something that is an accomplishment. Put some respect on that. Not only that, but you also had Josh Giddy with a 21-point, 13 rebound, and 17 assists, triple-double as well. Put some fucking respect on Buzelis and Josh Giddey's name. I've been so tired of the bullshit. Like, I get it. The Bulls are in a terrible state. We got a lot of work that we need to get to be a respectable franchise. I want to be very clear on that, right? In no way am I saying that this all of a sudden changes the rebuild. It changes the jump start. No, it's not that at all. But when you have two pieces on your team, any other fan base and franchise would say, hey, at least we got Josh Giddey, at least we got Modest. I sit here and watch Bulls fans every single day try to find ways to shit on the only two players that we got on this team that we know for a fact give a shit. And that is frustrating as hell to watch, is that a fan base, people who are supposed to be fans of this team, and you can have problems with the team, you can do all that type of stuff, you can do all of that. But to not be able to acknowledge that you got two players on your team that are worth keeping around, that are worth at least seeing what they can turn into, if you can't at least admit that, even with you being frustrated with the state of the team, you're stupid. You're dumb. You're stupid. Go and throw your hats in the ocean and go and suck a fucking dick. That's what you can go and do. I'm so sick and fucking tired of the dumb shit. I'm so sick and tired of that people think because, oh, the Bulls haven't won a playoff series in 10 years, that means that you can't acknowledge that you actually may got some players on this team that got some fucking juice. That's what I'm tired of. That's what the fuck I'm tired of. That's it. That's all I'm saying in this. I'm not saying that the Bulls have not run this team terribly. I'm not saying that we don't need to have some serious talent infusion on this team. I'm strictly talking about the people who let that the fact that they are tired of where this team is make them think that they can't also acknowledge that there are some things that are going, that there are some pieces on this team that are worth keeping around. Period. That's what I'm tired of. I'm sick and tired of the dumb shit. That's why, and I'm not throwing any other content creator on the bus. I'm not trying to do that. Everybody has the right to create their content the way that they are. But when I'm telling y'all coming in Chicago Bulls Central, you know what you're going to get? You're not going to get none of that bias shit. You're not going to get none of that, oh, woe is the Chicago Bulls shit. You're going to get an honest evaluation of where this team is. And guess what? The team is in the fucking pits of hell. But we got two players that are worth keeping around. People say stupid shit like, oh, we should make Josh Giddey available in the expansion draft. Oh, we should have let Josh Giddey walk. I'm telling y'all all now, everybody who literally has that opinion, you can take that opinion, ball it up, and shove it up your ass. Other than that, listen, I just want to spend some time. Like, we have not gotten a lot good here in Chicago in a while, right? For the Bulls specifically. Josh Giddey, Modest Buzelis, they are two very solid young pieces that are worth keeping around. You got Tre Jones, you got Jalen, two mid players as far as age-wise that are worth keeping around. Anybody who tells you, oh my God, the Bulls are so bad, nobody's worth keeping around at all, is just so wrapped up in their own bullshit, they stupid. As far as Leonard Miller as well, Billy Donovan, I'm looking at you on this one, player. If you leave Leonard Miller out of a rotation again for the rest of the season, you deserve to be fired and castrated, my boy. Leonard Miller, I doubted him coming in here. Leonard Miller has done nothing. When you give him minutes, he is showing you that he can find a way to impact the game. Even in the last game that he did play in, where he didn't shoot the ball well. I think he still had, was it 9 rebounds, I think, something like that, where he still impacted the game. You want to reward players that are showing you something. Leonard Miller is showing you, hey, there's some talent here. Now, I'm not saying he's going to end up being a starter or a superstar or something like this. I see somebody in the comment section saying Leonard Miller's a superstar. You smoking dick too. But I am saying this, is that it is worth keeping investing in Leonard Miller. It is worth investing to see what you can get this guy to turn into. It is absolute. Leonard Miller is worth at least the rest of this season seeing what he can continue to bring on this team. Do not leave Leonard Miller out of another rotation. 17 points, 11 rebounds in this game, no turnovers, a steal and a block, going 8 of 16 from the field. Come on, man. Come on, put some respect on Leonard Miller's name too, because most of y'all didn't know who the fuck Leonard Miller was before he came to the Chicago Bulls. And I can't blame you on that. I'm not even blaming you on that one. I'm not even saying that you're wrong for that one. But hey, today, Leonard, and for every time Leonard Miller has gotten 18 to 20 minutes, he has shown you something to say, this dude cares about basketball. You know what? And I wanted to do this without shitting on P. Will, but fuck it. P. Will shit anyway, so I'm going to shit on him. You know one thing that Leonard Miller does that I wish P. Will would do? Leonard Miller never seems like he falls asleep out on there in court. There was never a time in his 38 minutes today that Leonard Miller played that I felt like, hey, where's Leonard Miller at? Is he out there? Is he out there? Whether it was offense, whether it was defense, right? And he's somebody that literally gave so much effort in this game. And Leonard Miller plays like somebody who understands my NBA career is on the line. I am fighting to show and prove that I belong to stay in the NBA. So, like, that's just something to say and look out for there. Yeah, the audio's still coming through. So anybody who's saying that you can't hear, you got to refresh. Audio's still coming through. I just played it on YouTube. But it's just when it comes down to it, and when it's all said and done, right, is that like Billy Donovan, Rob Dillingham played 20 minutes today, terrible. And I saw somebody say Rob Dillingham's minutes weren't bad today. They were fucking terrible. He passed well today and I keep being impressed by his passing. But 2 of 11 from the field for a scorer, that's not going to cut it. It's just not going to cut it at all. But we only played 8 players today. Isaac Okoro out. Colin Sexton out. Yuki Carmore didn't check in. Patrick Williams didn't check in. We played 8 players today. 8 of them. And you know what? Every single person that checked into this game except for Rob, I don't even say that Rob Dillingham gave effort with his assist. And it's good for the players to get a win every once in a while. Everything ain't going to be tanking all day long. People who think that we need to lose every single game need to get the fuck over it, bro. You need to get the fuck over it. So Billy Donovan, play Leonard Miller. Bulls fans, stop hating on Modest Buzelis and Josh Giddey, and realize that even with the state of this team in it, there is still some talent on this team. Period. There is still some talent on this team. And that's just the reality of it. So at this point, this was a really good win by the Chicago Bulls. It was a win that, it's good for the players to get an occasional win. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Bulls have now won 3 out of their last 5 games, or it may be 3 out of the last 6 games. That may be what it is. But hey, I'll tell you what. I love the way that Modest Buzelis played. I love that we got a triple-double from Josh Giddey. I love that Leonard Miller, as a player that I told y'all, when we traded for him, I literally said, "Oh, it's a nothing player." I was wrong. And I'm glad I'm not these other motherfuckers. I will gladly tell. I want everybody that wears the Chicago Bulls uniform to succeed. Right? There are some people, I'm not going to name any names, but y'all know who they are, who they just want their opinion to be so right that they will literally hate on a player on their team just so they can be right about something. That's not what we do here. I love when I'm proven wrong about a player. Leonard Miller has proven me wrong where I wish it was Rob Dillingham that proved me wrong. I thought that Leonard Miller was going to be a throw-in. I didn't think we were really going to see much from him. Leonard Miller has showed, you give him minutes, there's some talent there. And even if he ends up just being a solid bench role player for you, he was picked in the 2nd round at pick 33. So he's 22 years old. Keep investing in this young talent, because as much as I miss Ayo Dosunmu, I wish we didn't trade Ayo Dosunmu. What if Leonard Miller ends up turning into that type of player? What if he does? The difference is that Ayo Dosunmu earned a role his rookie year and played and never looked back. Leonard Miller didn't. He played 17 games his first year, 13 games his second year, 19 games in his 3rd year before he came here, where he's played 10 now. He hasn't played a lot. Leonard Miller, you could end up having a 2-way player in Leonard Miller that's solid. I'm not going to say he's going to end up being as good as Ayo, but he could end up being a solid role player for you. And you got him as a throw-in. You got him as a throw-in in another trade. I'd rather see Leonard Miller every game the rest of the way than I'd rather see Patrick Williams. We know what Patrick Williams is. I know he gets paid $18 million. I'd much rather at this point see Leonard Miller play basketball than Patrick Williams. And you look at, with Modest too, just think about it this way. Jalen Smith, Modest Buzelis, Leonard Miller. Now, it's going to change next year, especially with Noah Essengate coming back. But, that's a nice forward rotation of players that are all 6'10", with some decent wingspan, and that can play on both sides of the ball. Invest in that. Billy Donovan got to stop being stuck on stupid. You got to stop being stuck on stupid, Billy Donovan. You got to. You got to stop being stuck on stupid. Now, will Billy Donovan ever do it? I have my doubts. But you got to stop being stuck on stupid. So, listen, I love what we saw today. This was a fun game. I love it. Let's see how you guys are feeling about it. Although this win isn't ideal for the Tank fans, but I think this win is very good for Modest. This is definitely a confidence booster and shows how how capable he really is. Absolutely agree with you. Deanna says we don't want Mike Buden. Oh, we do not want Mike Budenholzer. No on Mike Budenholzer. It just goes to show you how stupid Billy Donovan is, having Miller sit in the whole game. They lost in Sacramento while Patrick Williams was playing. You're not wrong. I have no notes on that one. I have nothing to push back on you. Patrick Williams was a bust. Time for him to go waste of money for inconsistency. I mean, listen, can't knock you on that one. Miller's worst plus minus was -2. The dude plays the right way. And plus minus isn't the end all be all, but he does there's something to be said about a player that just gives effort, right? Even if that's the difference, right? Like Patrick Williams disappears sometimes. And I get it, it's only a 10-game sample size. We've seen 5 years now of P. Will, 6 years of P. Will. But as long as Leonard Miller is playing with this level of effort consistently, I don't understand how he can't impact the game of basketball, because he either is going after rebounds. He's not afraid to take shots. He's not afraid to rotate out on defense. Give me players like that, especially in a point where we're not prioritizing winning the rest of the way. Give me players that play with effort, because as somebody who looks at the game of basketball, I'd rather take the guy that has more effort, that gives me more effort, than the guy with more raw talent. That's what I take. And Leonard Miller is a guy that may not have the raw on-paper talent of Patrick Williams, who was drafted 4th overall, but the effort that he gives, it's worth it. It's worth investing in that to see if he can keep growing as a player. Leonard has good size for his skill set. Hybrid forward, small ball center. I don't want to see him a small ball center, but it is a Billy Donovan coach team, so I won't act like that's not a possibility out there, right? Leonard Miller can develop to a nice two-way guy, but can our Bulls develop this kid? Let's see. Modest is a beast. Modest has so much potential, bro. Would you start Miller over Okoro at least for the rest of the season? But either way, Miller will probably about to take P. Will's minutes for sure. Just play him. I'm not going to get into who starts, because I think Billy Donovan is still going to start Okoro. He's a veteran, stuff like that. But just play him. Play the kid. And I'll say this, go into the game, and I would not be mad if Billy Donovan goes into the game and says, listen, we're going to play Leonard Miller, but how many minutes is going to be dictated by how well he's playing. So maybe it is a game where he plays 15 minutes. Maybe it's a game where he plays 22. Maybe it's a game where he plays 28 minutes, right? Let how he's performing in that game, but don't ruin a kid's confidence that's 22 years old, that has, when you have played him over 20 minutes, he's giving you something every single time. Don't ruin that kid's confidence by leaving him sitting on the bench. Don't ruin that kid's confidence by giving him a DNP. Don't do that. Let this kid continue to develop. I just want to go over the stats real quick, right? So since he got traded to the Chicago Bulls, he's played over 20 minutes 5 times, right? So the first time he played over 20 minutes was against Portland. He played 23 minutes, 4 or 5 from the field, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Impacted the game. He played 27 minutes against Milwaukee, 6 of 8 from the field for 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. Impacted the game. Now, then he had the 2 games where he played 21 minutes against OKC, only scored 8 points with 3 rebounds. He was 3 of 5 from the field, but he didn't negatively impact you. No turnovers, which is something that stands out to him. He doesn't turn the ball over for real. Still got 8 points, which is solid enough, but okay, probably his worst game getting over 20 minutes. The following game, he played against Phoenix, played 24 minutes, 8 points, 9 rebounds, no turnovers. I'll take that. Oh, no, he had 1 turnover. I take that back. Then 1 minute against Sacramento, and then 38 minutes tonight. Play this kid, bro. Play this kid. Give this kid minutes. Let this kid play. Let him play. I didn't know Miller was 6'11" at that. Looks shorter. I thought he was 6'8" at most. Good power forward depth. Exactly. Why don't you like Budenholzer for real? Because Budenholzer he's Billy Donovan. The only difference is that he won a title with Giannis. But when you look at the X's and O's part of it, I'm not talking about what his win-loss record is. If you look at the X's and O's of it, he doesn't adjust. He doesn't make adjustments. He gets stuck in the lineups and rotations. He plays it. It sounds like I'm describing Billy Donovan. If we are going to get a new coach, I want somebody who is going to build a system and scheme that tries to make something unique. I want Chris Quinn. I want Taylor Jenkins. Mike Budenholzer, at times passed him up. Essengay and Miller could both be on the floor together in some lineups next year, in my opinion. Good for switches. I mean, yeah, it's possible, right? I think it really comes down to how prepared Essengay is, but you got to keep in mind Jalen Smith's probably going to be around too. So I just don't know if I see a world in which Modest, Jalen, Noah Essengay, and Leonard Miller all play, because keep in mind you're still going to want some minutes in there for Nick Richards, and whoever your center and your backup center are, because maybe it's not those guys. I know that Jalen can play some center, but he's better at the 4. It's a good problem to have. Like, make no mistake about it. I'd rather operate from a place of having too much than not enough, right? I'd rather operate from that place. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that, do what you do with it. I wouldn't be pissed if Miller gets more minutes than P. Will moving forward. Exactly. I don't think very many Bulls fans would be pissed with that. You have to keep the young players confident in this type. Exactly. This guy is playing really good. Keep building that confidence. Keep building that confidence. Modest only needed 43 more points and he would have passed me. That's funny. That's hilarious. 6'9", no shoes, Miller. Okay, but you play the game of basketball with shoes on, right? So he's 6'10". I mean, he's legit 6'10". Is the way that I look at it. Haize, the crazy thing about players like Miller is that they don't out-talent players like Patrick Williams, but they do something that you can't teach: hustle and grind. And there's something to be said about that. Like, what if Leonard Miller ends up turning into Derrick Jones Jr.? Are Bulls fans mad at that? Like, what if he ends up turning into Javonte Green with actual size, right? If he ends up turning into that, is anybody mad at that? Are any Chicago Bulls fans mad at that? I don't think so. I don't think anybody's mad at that if he ends up turning into that. Again, a second-round pick. A second-round pick. Bro, tanker fans don't know what they want anymore. They complain guys like Sexton stealing minutes from younger guys like Dillingham, how it should be Modest doing what Sexton does and still complain. They're going to complain. They're absolutely going to complain, for sure. Bro, I had to unfollow so many Bulls fans this past week, just so miserable. It's like the internet WWE wrestling fans. WWE gives them what they want and they still complain about it. I mean, listen, there are going to be some Bulls fans and fans of every fan base, I don't want to make it just about Bulls fans, that are going to complain literally until the team's a championship team. That's just the reality of it. Should we keep Richards? I've talked about this before, Deanna. It's a great question, right? So I'm not saying it's bad. It's an amazing question. I'm glad that you're the one that asked it. But here's what I'll say about Nick Richards. I think that you have to first upgrade your starting center. Once you do that, everything's on the board at that point. Everything's on the board. So whether you keep Nick Richards or you keep Zach Collins, like, I'm not mad at Nick Richards staying around in that. I'm not mad at it. Bam really scored 83 points. Oh yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, he scored 83 points. Second highest scoring game in NBA history, past Kobe up. Sorry about talking about Bam. This is about our Bulls. Oh, you good, bro. You good. We having fun right now. We having fun. Nick Richards is averaging a double-double over the past 6 years. I mean, listen, and that's why I'm not mad at – I'm not saying – like, there's some times where he misses some rebounds. There's some times where the effort is lacking. But, listen, per minute, he's giving you really good production. The Bulls will not get – okay, I need y'all, because I've seen somebody else say the Bulls are going to get the 7th pick. I need you guys to understand how the lottery works. The Bulls right now are currently in the 9th spot. They can't get the 7th pick. Either they move into the top 4 or they move back. They can't get the 7th pick. So we're not getting the 7th pick. People who keep saying the Bulls are going to get the 7th pick, I need you to understand how the lottery works. You can either move in the top 4, you can drop 4 spots, or you stay exactly where you are. That's why I'm somebody else having a conversation with somebody else, they're like, well, the Bulls are going to get number 5. I'm like, you can't get number 5. That's not part of the lottery. You literally can't get number 5. So remember when people were crying when we trade Caruso for Giddy? Yeah, I mean, there's still some people that still cry about that, to be honest with you. Can't wait to see the player Modest becomes this game, putting everyone on notice. I mean, he has to do it more consistently, and he has to do it against better competition as well. That would definitely help. But, I mean, it's good to know that he's capable of this, right? It's definitely good to know that he is capable of that. And that's what matters. I still can't believe these storms and tornadoes caused me to miss these. Bro, you missed a hell of a game, Undisputed. You missed a hell of a game, bro. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. Now me learning how the lottery works a week ago after being a fan for 10 plus years. I mean, and I don't mean that to like shame anybody. Most people don't have time to know exactly how the lottery works. Like they just know it's a lottery. And I'm not blaming anybody for that. I want to be clear for that. I'm not blaming anybody for that at all. We won. Let's go. That's funny. I'm glad to see people are actually excited about this, man. But all right, y'all. I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. This was fun. This was a fun game to watch. It was fun to see Modest have this performance, man. It was just fun to see that, man. It's really fun to see the Modest have this type of performance. Unless Miller gets hurt, I would tell Patrick Williams he gets an early vacation since the season is lost anyway. They literally can't do that. He has to do it a better comp, but he was doing damage and arguably the greatest defender of our generation. Well, we know, but he's not that anymore. Let's be clear here. Draymond is not that guy anymore. He's still solid defensively, but he's not the greatest defender of our generation. Let's just be clear here. And Dre was also on Josh Giddey a lot this game as well. They put him back and forth. So great win. I'd rather see great improvement and motivation from our young players now than wishing for the possibility of a high draft pick. I mean, you can do both. You can do both, right? Like, I gotta think everybody has to remember that a player can develop even if your team's losing. It depends on how you use them, the situations that you're putting them in, those type of things. So we'll see. We'll see. Fire Donovan, hire Mike Malone, slide. Y'all just want more of the same white guy. Like Mike Malone, Budenholzer, and Billy Donovan, there's not that much varying of degrees against them. Now, I'm not saying that Billy Donovan is as good of a coach as Mike Malone. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying their coaching styles and philosophies are very, very similar. Very, very similar. I want something different than what we've had. I mean, really, when you go back to it, even Jim Boylan's a fucking idiot, but his coaching philosophies weren't that different than Billy Donovan's. We've had the same guy for almost a decade. I don't want that. I want something new. I want something dynamic. I want something different. That's what I want. A'ja Wilson about to get the business tonight from Bam Adebayo. I mean, listen, if you were married to A'ja Wilson, she better be getting the business every single night, no questions asked. Like A'ja Wilson, she like literally to walk in the room, I'd be like, drop them draws. She'd be like, I'm just trying to get some milk. It's all right. I got some milk for you. Drop them draws. Literally. If you marry somebody that look like A'ja Wilson, it shouldn't be, you shouldn't have to score 83 points to give her the business. You should be, listen, you just sneezed. All that sneeze was sexy. Drop them draws. Literally. We're right on script so far. Beat Phoenix, lose to Sacramento, and beat Golden State. Need to lose to the Lakers and beat the Clippers. We need Portland's pick. We're not going to get Portland's pick. More than likely, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Modest took over, and I'm freaking loving it. He demanded the ball and took control at the end of the game. Giddy with a 21-point triple-double. Awesome night for the Bulls, young stars. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shaw runs the triangle. He does run the triangle. Almost every offense in the NBA now are like the Golden State Warriors run a modified triangle. The Detroit Pistons run a modified triangle. There's so many coaches that run a modified triangle. Now it's modified to where it doesn't look like the triangle that we think of from the historic Chicago Bulls. But almost every offense now runs a modified version of the triangle offense. What he said, that's hilarious. That's funny. Over 40-plus points after almost rolling his ankle during the first quarter is crazy for Modest. Listen, Modest Buzelis there's a lot of potential in Modest Buzelis, is what I'll say. Tons of potential in Modest Buzelis. And people need to start respecting that and understanding that a little bit more, in my personal, humble opinion. But, who am I? I'm just a Chicago kid that loves his team. That's it. That's all I got to say there. Just a Chicago kid that loves his team. But all right, y'all. I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. Make sure you guys follow us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. BullCentralPod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. That's thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, Go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. And get excited. Support your players. Support your team, man. I appreciate you guys so much, more than you will ever know. You are the lifeblood of this channel. Love you guys. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.